Kohima District Disaster Management Authority held a meeting on May 17 at DP Hall, Kohima. Deputy Commissioner and DDMA Chairman Gregory Tejawile chairs the meeting and deliberates with all the members of line department on various issues. A joint meeting of Dimapur District Task Force for COVID-19 and Vaccination takes place at DC Office Conference Hall. Dimapur Deputy Commissioner Rajesh Sondrarajan convenes the meeting, wherein Assistant Commissioner of Police, Administrative Officers and Deputy Dimapur DTF members were all present. A proud moment for the state, as Nagaland is among the 24 states participating in a 5-day-long 4th National Master Games, which commenced on Wednesday at Thiruvananthapuram in Kerala. Notably, Nagaland team is taking part in 40+ and 50+ in football, track and field events. India witnesses surge in cooking gas LPG price on Thursday for a second time by this month by rupees 3.50, taking LPG cylinder prices across the country over rupees 1,000 mark. Price of commercial gets hiked by rupees 8. As torrential rain and landslides continue to batter Assam, a report of State Disaster Management Authority reveals that more than 6.62 lakh people in 27 districts have been affected by flood. Notably, 1 person drowned in flood waters in Cachar district. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh participates in countdown of program for International Yoga Day 2022 in Delhi. Singh, while speaking on the occasion, states that yoga is one of the most important heritage of the country. Hello and welcome to Nltv News Now. I am Johanna Muri, and now let's have a look at the news in details. Nagaland Law Students Federation alleged that some officials from the Land Record and Survey Department were arbitrarily charging fees for the land verification, spot verification from the general public. The Federation stated that while processing for obtaining NOC, Jamanbadi, land holding certificate, etc., some officials of the pretext of speeding up the process were charging fees amounting to a few thousands and taking precautionary advantages over the general public. NLSF, through its media and publicity wing, stated that such illegal activities of the concerned officials were liable for prosecution under relevant sections of law, and government officials were expected to discharge duties in a courteous manner. The Federation furthermore informed that the general public, especially the residents of the cadastral area, town area, surveyed area, not to pay any fees while verifying the land for obtaining no objection certificate to the concerned official's survey. Meanwhile, the Federation has also informed the public could contact NLSF at 199-990-7222 or 961255-127 or 93660-54219 for taking up matters to the competent authority for necessary disciplinary action. Kohima Disaster Management Authority meeting was held on May 17 at DP Hall, Kohima. Deputy Commissioner and DDMA Chairman Gregory Tejawile chaired the meeting and deliberated with all the members of line departments on various issues. Notably, the meeting deliberated on filling up of potholes in many locations, clearance for clogged drainages, and preparedness for major monsoon natural calamities. Furthermore, Tejawile urged the members to go through Kohima District Management Action Plan 2019 and come forward for any updation on or before June 30, 2022. Deputy Commissioner of Kohima, Gregory Tejawule, in a travel advisory notified that all vehicular movements along with National Highway 29 between Zubza and Petucha shall be suspended effective May 20 till May 27 from 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. The suspension of vehicular movements have been invoked to clear the debris of soil and rocks that have been blocking the highway as a result of incessant rain in the state over the last few days. The DC has further advised all travelers to keep updated with the work progress at the aforementioned sites. A proud moment for the state as Nagaland is among the 24 states participating in the 5-day 4th National Master Games which commenced on Wednesday at Thiruvananthapuram in Kerala. Notably, Nagaland team is taking part in 40+ and 50+ in football, track and field events whereby a total of 38 contingents including team manager and coach are participating in the event. Meanwhile, Nagaland Master Games Federation General Secretary Toshi Au informed that Nagaland 40+ team is all set to play with Kerala in the first match on Thursday and Friday, while Nagaland 50+ will play with West Bengal. It is to be mentioned that the event, which will have events such as football, volleyball, basketball, tennis, badminton, shooting and athletics in 2 different categories such as 40+ and 50+ year-olds, is organized by the Master Games Association, Kerala under the auspicious Master Games Federation of India. District-level multi-stakeholders meeting on COVID-19 took place at Community Health Centre Conference Hall, Jaluke on Wednesday. District Coordination of Indian Social Responsibility Network, Ville Retso, chaired the meeting. ISRN State Coordination Martha Dukru, while speaking on how to eradicate hesitancy among the people, encouraged all to spread awareness on the effectiveness of the vaccine. Meanwhile, Additional Deputy Commissioner Dr. Tino Jongshi Chang expressed his concern over low percentage of vaccination coverage in Paran. Chang further added that unless every individual avail the vaccine, there are no chances of upsurge in COVID-19 cases again. A joint meeting of Dimapur Task Force for COVID-19 and vaccination took place on Wednesday at DC Conference Hall, Dimapur. Dimapur Deputy Commissioner Rajesh Sondararajan conveyed the meeting, wherein Assistant Commissioner of Police, Administrative Officers and Deputy DTF members were present. Notably, Sondararajan informed that nil cases were reported in Dimapur for the last couple of weeks. However, he urged the members not to be complacent but to remain prepared. DC also mentioned that Dimapur district recorded the highest vaccination doses administered satisfactorily. Furthermore, DC advised the vaccination team for keeping track of the routine immunization, especially to children. As the rainfall and landslides continue to batter Assam, a report of State Disaster Management Authority on Wednesday revealed that more than 6.62 lakh people in 27 districts have been affected by flood. Notably, 1% drowned in flood waters in Cachar district. Meanwhile, 2.88 lakh people have been affected in Nagaland district alone, followed by 1.19 lakh in Cachar, 1.07 lakh in Hojai, 60,562 in Darang, 27,882 in Biswanath and 19,755 in Udalguri district. As per reports, 1,413 villages under 70 revenue circles have been affected and flood waters submerged 46,160.43 hectares of cropland. The water level of Kopili River in Kampur is still flowing above the danger level mark. Notably, Indian Army, National Disaster Response Force, State Disaster Response Force and Fire and Emergency Services teams on Wednesday rescued 8,054%, including flood-hit districts. Furthermore, the district administration have set up 135 relief camps and 113 distribution centers where 48,304 people, including 6,911 children and 50 pregnant women, lactating mothers, are said to be taking shelter. Due to the ongoing flood caused by incessant rain in Assam, the Forest Department of Assam has built around 40 highlands providing shelter to animals in Kaziranga National Park, Tiger Reserve and other national park and wildlife sanctuaries of the state. Meanwhile, Assam Forest Minister Parnimal Suklabadia on Wednesday informed that highlands are designed scientifically with the provision for adequate grass and fruit-yielding trees such as elephant, apple and Indian gooseberry. Suklabadia further informed that more than 25 boats are kept ready for rescue of animals in Kaziranga and that the department is fully geared up to rescue animals from the onslaught of the deluge in Kaziranga and other national parks and wildlife sanctuaries. The Indian Meteorological Department has issued a red alert for the northeast states of Assam and Meghalaya for heavy to extremely heavy rainfall in the next 4 days. The IMD warned of light to moderate rainfall at most places with isolated heavy to very heavy rainfall and isolated extremely heavy rainfall over Assam, Meghalaya on Wednesday, as well as thunderstorms and lightning at isolated places. The department has issued an advisory to the disaster management agencies to be on alert for Arunachal Pradesh. The IMD has issued an orange warning with a light to moderate rainfall at most places, as to also heavy to very heavy rainfall in the frontier state. For all the three northeastern states, weather conditions may slightly improve from May 20. The red alert has been sounded mainly for western Assam. Furthermore, the IMD has predicted widespread to heavy rainfall accompanied by thunder and lightning over northeastern states till May 21. Thunderstorm and lightning, heavy to very heavy rainfall with extremely heavy rainfall at isolated places is also likely over Meghalaya during the period. India on Thursday witnessed an upsurge in cooking gas LPG prices for a second time within a month by rupees 3.50, taking the domestic LPG cylinders across the country over rupees 1,000 mark. Meanwhile, the rates of commercial cylinders have also been increased by rupees 8. Notably, domestic LPG cylinders will now cost 1,003 in Delhi and 1,002.50 in Mumbai and rupees 1,029 in Kolkata and rupees 1,118.5 in Chennai from Tuesday onwards. Meanwhile, a 19 kg commercial cylinder will be available at rupees 2,354 in Delhi, rupees 2,454 in Kolkata and rupees 2,306 in Mumbai and rupees 2,507 in Chennai. It is to be mentioned that this is the second price hike for domestic cylinders within a month. Earlier in the month, prices of domestic cooking gas was hiked to rupees 50 per cylinder on May 8. However, the prices of commercial LPG cylinders were reduced by rupees 10 per cylinder on May 7. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Thursday addressed the Yuva Shivir via video conferencing. The program was held at Krila Buk, Vadodara Shri Swami Narayan Temple, Kuda Dham, and Shri Swami Narayan Temple, Karilu Bak, Vadodara, organized the Shivir. Notably, Modi, during his address, remarked that India is a new hope of the world amidst global unrest and conflicts. It is to be noted that Shivir aims to involve more youths in social services and nation building. The Resident Doctors Association of Delhi's Lady Hardinge Medical College on Thursday announced withdrawal from all services. The decision came in view of the intimidation and physical assault with on-duty resident doctors that took place on Wednesday in Kalawati Saran Children's Hospital under LHMC. Notably, relative of a patient assaulted resident doctors, including one female doctor, upon which the association wrote to the director and stated that such brutal and inhuman behavior with lifesavers cannot be accepted. Furthermore, doctors have demanded for institutions of FIR with the arrest of all culprits with immediate effect. The Federation of Resident Doctors Association India also commenced the alleged attack and called for action. Union Defence Minister Rajnath Singh participated in a countdown program for the International Yoga Day 2022 in Delhi on Thursday. Singh, while speaking on the occasion, stated that yoga is one of the most important heritage of the country. He further added that yoga brings new energy and enthusiasm to our lives. Meanwhile, Union Minister of State Defence Ajay Bhatt also participated in the event. It may be mentioned that International Yoga Day is celebrated every year on June 21 across the globe. Furthermore, the 25 days countdown to IDY 2022 will be celebrated in Hyderabad this year. Colonel Ajay Kotial on Wednesday resigned from the Aam Aadmi Party. Notably, he was given an Aam Aadmi Party ticket to contest from Uttarakhand and pitted as chief ministerial candidate in Uttarakhand. Assembly polls held in February this year. However, he lost the elections to Suresh Chauhan from BJP. Notably, Kotial announced his resignation on the Twitter and forwarded the letter to Aam Aadmi Party chief Arvind Kejriwal. It may be mentioned that Kotial served as Aam Aadmi Party from April 19, 2021 to May 18, 2022. The Enforcement Director has yet again registered a fresh money laundering case against actor Shilpa Shetty's husband Raj Kundra in connection with the production and circulation of pornography films. According to sources, Kundra formed a company named Arms Prime Media Limited in February 2019 and developed an app named Hot Shots and later sold to a UK-based company, Kendreen. Reportedly, the Hot Shot app was actually a platform for porn movies which were made in India and uploaded on the Hot Shot app to offer subscriptions. The amount of money earned through the subscribers was transacted in the name of Kundra's company, Vivan Industries. It may be mentioned that Raj Kundra was arrested on July 19, 2021, along with 11 other people on charges related to the alleged creation of pornographic films, and on September 20, Kundra was granted bail by a Mumbai court in pornography cases on surety of Rs 50,000. The Delhi three civic bodies will be unified with Delhi Municipal Corporation Act 2022 coming into force on May 22. The North Delhi Police Municipal Corporation, South Delhi Municipal Corporation with 104 municipal wards and East Delhi Municipal Corporation with 64 wards will be treated as one civic body. The central government will be appointing a special officer to run the new unified civic bodies until elections to the civic body and the first meeting of the corporation is held. The three municipal corporations were trifurcated in 2012 by the then Congress government in Delhi. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Thursday held a virtual meeting with Prime Minister of Cambodia Samdech Aka Mohasena Pandey Tocho Hun Sen. Notably, the two leaders discussed on the entire range of bilateral issues, including cooperations in the field of trade and investment, human resource development and defense and security, connection post-pandemic, economic recovery and people-to-people ties. They expressed satisfaction at the pace of bilateral cooperation. Furthermore, Modi invited King of Cambodia, the Queen Mother, to visit India at a mutually convenient time. The two leaders also exchanged views, regional and global issues of shared interest. Furthermore, Prime Minister Modi congratulated Cambodia on assuming the chairmanship of the ASEAN and assured India's full support to the assistance to Cambodia for the success of the chairmanship. Indian President Ramnath Kovind on Thursday arrived at Argyll International Airport, Kingsdown, where he received a Guard of Honor and a 21-gun salute and was welcomed by Prime Minister Ralph Everett Gonsalves. Kovind is on a 4-day visit to St. Vincent and Grenadines, accompanied by his First Lady Savita Kovind, Union Minister Pankaj Chaudhary, Lok Sabha MP Ramadevi and Satish Kumar Gautam. This is the first time an Indian president is making visit to St. Vincent and Grenadines. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar will participate in the virtual meeting of the BRICS foreign ministers on Thursday. The meeting will be chaired by Chinese Foreign Minister and State Councillor Wang Yi and attended by the South African Minister in International Relations and Cooperation Naledi Pandor, Brazilian Foreign Minister Carlos Franca and Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. During the meeting, the foreign ministers will have BRICS Plus dialogue with their counterparts from emerging markets and developing countries. The Chumukedima Youth Town Organization condemns the demands and recent public statement made on the occasion of a CNTC program by Deputy Chief Minister Y. Patan. CTYO in a press release outrightly condemns the speech of Deputy CM Y. Patan and called it disgraceful. The organization in its statement called Patan's speech was laced with malicious intent to provoke and create divisions among the Nagas. CTYO lashed out on Patan and accused that the veteran politician is indulged in favoritism, besides condemning the targeted other sections and areas, especially the Chumukedima areas. CTYO also demanded Patan should explain why he is against the district despite being the Deputy CM of the state. It may be worth mentioning that CTYO targeted Patan for his statement that all development activities are centered around Chumukedima and rest are deprived. Indian boxer Nikat Razin defeated Caroline de Almeida of Brazil, in the semi-finals of the IBI Women's World Boxing Championship on Wednesday. Telangana boxer Nikat, exhibiting a skillful display, pulled off a comprehensive 5-0 win against Brazil's Caroline de Almeida in the 52 kg semi-final. After emerging victorious in the semi-finals, Nikat Zarin said that she will try to bring gold medal for India. Playing her only second World Championship, Nikat will take a shot at the gold on Thursday when she squares off against Thailand's Jitpong Jutmas in the flyweight final. Jutmas stunned the two-time World Championship medalist, experienced Kazakh boxer Zahina Shekspova 4-1 in the semi-finals. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres on Wednesday underlined the importance and need to tackle global food security at a meeting in New York. The meeting, Global Food Security Called on Action, cheered upon U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken saw. Antony pleading for an action to fight the current surge in global food insecurity. Food security has doubled in 2 years from 135 million pre-pandemic to 276 billion today. The war between Russia and Ukraine is also having toll of global food security, as both Russia and Ukraine produces a third of the world's wheat and barley and half of the sunflower oil. In trust, Frankfurt beat Rangers 5-4 on penalties to win the Europa League after Wednesday's final in Seville finished at 1-1 at the end of extra time. Colombian striker Rafael scored the winning penalty for the Frankfurt in the shootout after Rangers' Aaron Ramsey had earlier seen his kick saved by Kevin Trapp. Boer had cancelled out Joe Aribo's opened in normal time and no more goals were added in the extra period before Entrenched won their first European trophy since 1980 UEFA Cup. That is all for now. Thank you for tuning in, and for more updates, keep watching Nagaland TV.
Hey, you haven't started yet?
It's very low quality water tank.
Just shut up. The shopkeeper has given us 5 years of guarantee.
Or forget 5 years. Drinking water from this tank can be very dangerous.